Hello and welcome to Experience Realty. My name is Tarun. Now, in my profession as a property consultant, I often am asked these questions. So I thought might as well cover these in a video, okay? And I have an interesting topic which will actually give you a lot of clarity about all of these questions, and it'll solve all your investment conundrums. Now, the questions, the first one, I am a first-time investor looking at investing in Dubai. Where should I invest? I am an existing investor. I want to invest further. What area should I target? And then the third one, I am an existing investor. I am looking at divesting from my existing property and investing in a newer area. What area should I target for the highest capital appreciation? Now, these are some of the time-worn and vexed questions which every investor looking at or contemplating or deliberating over an investment decision has to contend with. Now, just to give you an analogy and make it clear, the genesis of an investment decision is the requirements and aspirations of an investor or an end user. Simply put, a square peg will not fill a gaping round hole. Similarly, every property or every area will not work for everyone. Now, in my profession as a property consultant, when I'm in pursuance of an investment opportunity for my clients or my prospective clients, I have their aspirations and requirements as the cornerstone of my pursuance of an investment decision for them, which will transcend into a crown jewel in their portfolio. Now, just to give you a bit of a perspective, if you look at the dynamic price index of Property Monitor, which today stands at 1397 dirhams as an average per square foot of price for Dubai real estate, which by the way is 1.12% above the last month and at an all-time high of 13.2% compared to, way back September 2014. That was the highest. So we have surpassed that. We are exactly 13.2% above that high, which was recorded in September 2014. And if we go and look at the volume of transactions, we are just shy of 81,000 transactions year till date, okay? Now, going at this pace, we will for sure eclipse the last high of 133,673 transactions which were recorded in 2023. Now, in lieu of these statements or these facts, it is safe to assume that all areas in Dubai will yield similar appreciation. And if we are on the same page and if you have the same thinking, then pat on your back for this, because yes, all areas in Dubai do appreciate similarly. I know it sounds too good of a statement to be true, but stay with me and I will make sure that by the end of this video, you have immense clarity on this topic, that all areas in Dubai do yield a similar appreciation. Well, in order to give you all perspective and have you on board with me in lieu of that tall claim, which people are perceiving right now that this is a tall claim that all areas do yield similar appreciation, I have in tow with me my best mate. This guy never ceases to amuse me. Why? Because besides giving us perspective about investment and about Dubai, it also shows the metamorphosis or the progress that this city has made. This is the testament to the legacy of the city that is being built or that has been built in Dubai over the last 25 years, which is phenomenal. Like if I compare Dubai to other cities of the world like Singapore, Hong Kong, what they achieved in 50 years, we've pretty much done that in 25 years. And we are not calling it a day because Dubai is progressive. We have a long way. We have a path to tread on until 2040 in order to be the #1 city to be living in the world. Now, without getting carried away, I thought by the help of this map, I'm going to make this video very riveting and very engaging with you, because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to highlight areas where my investors as well as some of the end users have invested based on their aspirations, their requirements, their lifestyle, and their financial bandwidth. And how is it that these properties, which are spread across this map, like these are areas which are like far-flung, poles apart from each other when you look at this map, but yet they did yield the similar results. So in order to make you understand, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with an investor of mine, okay? So this gentleman happens to be a doctor. He works in King's College Hospital, okay? And the missus happens to work in Design District. He has 2 young kids who go to GEMS International, coincidentally, again in Dubai Hills Estate. So, they both had this aspiration that they wanted their children to grow with other kids of their age because it's easier for them to forge bonds that way and also grow close to nature. So, we did a little bit of a brainstorming and we had some communities which we all came up with. But by the end of it, we all came to the consensus that what works the best for this family is Dubai Hills Estate. Why? Because besides being close to the husband and the missus' work, the kids also found it very easy to go to the school, which is also in Dubai Hills Estate. So imagine, what we decided was to get them a villa on the Golf, a 4-bedroom in Golf Place. Now, I'm going to tell you about the growth trajectory of what happened to this unit, which besides giving them address, which they will call a home for a long time to come, also has yielded exponential appreciation, yeah? So this is the first case, okay, where I will use this case to show you that all areas do appreciate in a similar fashion. Then the second one, even more interesting. Another client of mine, he is into textile business, okay? So he has his business in Bar Dubai, which is, let's say, somewhere here, okay? So has business in Bar Dubai. The missus is a homemaker and he has 2 kids who go to school in Nadal Sheba Gardens. So they wanted to be in close proximity to the husband's work, to the kids' school. So, and they wanted to live in an apartment community. So after a lot of brainstorming, we decided that they have family living around downtown. Yeah, schools close, offices close. So we decided, okay, downtown is an appropriate location for them. So they went in for a 3-bedroom in Act 1, Act 2 by Emaar Properties. And also this property helped them in a way because it had a nice payment plan at that point of time, which was a 50-50 2-year post handover. So it gave them some time to liquidate from their existing assets and work towards paying for this property. So they bought this, and look at the demographic. Yeah, we have an urban living community. We have a community which is practically the business, financial, and the economic hub downtown. And then let's make this more interesting. My third client, who happens to be working in a tech company in Media City, which is somewhere here, okay? He always aspired to live by the beach or on a waterfront community, but he made it very clear to me in our first meeting. And his first and foremost criteria was, Tarun, I do not want to contend with the traffic of JBR and getting into Dubai Marina. If you can conjure something by which I can circumvent the traffic of JBR and Marina, I'm all ears for whatever it is that you have. So, I thought that probably there is nothing better for him to be getting into than Emaar Beachfront, because if you are on Emaar Beachfront, you practically just have 1 or 2 signals in Dubai Marina to contend with. You literally do not have to go inside Dubai Marina or JBR. And a blessing in disguise when RTA just announced the extension link from Sheikh Zayed to Emaar Dubai Harbour, which will be around 1600 meters, and it will connect Dubai Harbour area directly to Sheikh Zayed. My client was chuffed to bits because now it's super easy for him to access the Dubai Harbour or Emaar Beachfront. So now he bought a 1-bedroom on launch in Marina Vista for 1.6 million. Now his growth trajectory is something that is stellar, and waterfront always is premium. So yes, they do appreciate, but please bear with me because all of these have appreciated in a similar fashion. Now let's look at the other prospects which I was telling you about. Then another client of mine, him and his wife, they wanted the husband to be close to work. Now, this guy is a chartered flight pilot, okay? So no better community for him to be close to where he is working, which is right here, Al Maktoum, because this is the largest private jet terminal, 19,000 landings and takeoffs last year, is the busiest private jet terminal in the entire Middle East. So for him, proximity to work was a major criteria. So we all came to a consensus that nothing suits their requirement better than in Emaar South, which is an 18-hole championship golf course community by Emaar Properties. And pretty much their lifestyle would be living in a townhouse. So we decided to get a 4-bedroom townhouse for this client of mine. And the growth that he has witnessed for his property, I mean, I myself am sometimes, kicking myself, why did I not invest in Emaar South at that point of time when I made him invest there? Because the results are stellar. So again, an amazing property to be living in, an amazing community to be living in, and yielding exponential appreciation, which again is in parity with whatever that I've highlighted on the map. Now, last but not the least, this one again is stellar. So another client of mine, a German investor, he had this particular case that he wanted to maximize his buying power, use a project where he can leverage the payment plan and acquire as many units so that he stays liquid in order to grab other opportunities as and when they come across, or as and when he fancies something which me and him would believe in, that yes, this can generate more wealth for us, then probably we would have liquidity to invest there. So we decided that we will invest in multiple 1-bedrooms on blue waters for this client of mine. So we decided that yes, the payment plan is stellar. It's a 2080 payment plan, 5 years post handover, and he invested in 5 1-bedrooms in blue water. Now, honestly, this project, besides delivering him prime real estate, has appreciated in a way that he is today grinning from year to year. If I were to calculate his return on equity, the number is mind-numbing, and I do not feel any place in the world today besides Dubai can actually, give appreciation like that. Now, as you can see, all of these properties are totally different areas, and I'm going to, drive home the point that yes, all areas do appreciate in a similar manner. Bear with me again. We will be going and delving into some numbers, how their properties have fared, and you will see it for yourself that these areas, they did yield similar results for all of these clients of mine. Now, going back to my rhetoric, besides meeting the lifestyle and financial bandwidth of my clients and investors, these areas today have transcended into properties that have yielded astounding results for my investors and end users. And what is very important and what will have you spellbound is the common factor that links all of these investments, which is all of these areas have appreciated or yielded similar appreciations. So if you look at my client who bought a 4-bedroom villa in Golf Place in Dubai Hills Estate, we bought that 4-bedroom for around 6.7 million dirhams. It came with a 60-40 2-year post-handover payment plan. And guess what? Properties of a similar type are transacting today at 13.8 million dirhams, which is a staggering 105% appreciation. So, you can very well understand that the kind of result properties, when you choose them strategically, wisely, with your requirements, they yield you these kind of results. Then, looking at the fortunes of my client who bought a 3-bedroom apartment in Act 1, Act 2 by Emaar in downtown, we bought this property only and only for 3.4 million dirhams. That's what we paid for this. The payment plan at that point was amazing. It was a 50-50 2-year post-handover payment plan, and similar properties today are transacting at 6.4 million dirhams, which again is 97% appreciation. And the beauty of the post-handover payment plan means that his ROE, if we start calculating it, it'll be a mind-numbing figure. So look, similar appreciation again. Then probing further, if I were to tell you that my client who works in a tech company, as I told you, bought a 1-bedroom in Marina Vista in Emaar Beachfront for 1.6 million dirhams when this property was launched. And today, similar properties are transacting at 3.4 million dirhams. Now again, this too came with a 60-40 2-year post-handover payment plan. And if I calculate the appreciation figure for this guy, he's sitting on 112% appreciation. So you can see the common factor. All of them are yielding almost similar or same to same kind of appreciation. Now, this one is a classic because this area was way down everyone's pecking order. Yes, no points for guessing. I'm talking about my client who bought a 4-bedroom townhouse in Parkside in Emaar South. Now, we bought this townhouse only and only for 1.4 million dirhams with a payment plan of 60-40. He just had his handover this year, and today, post the announcement of the airport, this property today is transacting at 2.9 million dirhams. Now, the growth trajectory of my client's property and the growth trajectory of the entire south of Dubai is a testament to all of those who believed in the vision of the government, who believed in the south of Dubai and invested in there when no one wanted to go there. So if you look at my client's property from 1.4 to 2.9 million dirhams, which is almost again 104% appreciation. So, you can very well understand the kind of results these properties are yielding because they were well thought after. Then, my last client, the German investor who wanted to leverage and maximize his buying potential and bought multiple 1-bedrooms in Blue Waters. And, you'll be surprised at that point we had a payment plan of 20-80. 80% was 5 years post handover. Now this guy bought multiple, he bought 5 units, 1-bedrooms, starting at 2.86 million. And a year ago, we divested from these properties. And guess what? This fetched us 5.2 million dirhams, which again is an astounding 99% appreciation. Now you can look across the board. The results are similar. So, look, we are talking about a community which is, the business, economic and the financial hub of Dubai, which is downtown. Okay. Then we are talking about an urban living community which boasts an 18-hole championship golf course, which is the green heart of Dubai, that is Dubai Hills Estate. Then we have 2 iconic waterfront properties in Emaar Beachfront and in Blues Water. And then finally, we have a young and upcoming location in the south of Dubai, which is touted to be the future aviation capital of the world, the future luxury hotspot of the world. I can run out of superlatives to describe this area. Now, if you look at all of these areas, they're totally different, spread across the map in Dubai, but the results yielded are similar. Now, what is it, the understanding that we can take from this? The understanding that we can take from this is that if you choose smartly, if you choose your property or your investment decision based on your financial bandwidth, based on your aspirations, based on your requirements, you decide a project or an area, you enter into that project or area at the right point, you hold the property until it will give you the best possible result, which is usually until handover, and you choose your property consultant who has done his due diligence for you and who has your best interests as his cornerstone or as his way of operating. Now, these investments, if you would have entered into them not at that point or at some later stage, they definitely would not have yielded these kind of results. So all of these things, all of these criteria are important if you want to leverage and if you want to get the best out of your investment. Then please make sure that the criteria that I have mentioned, you delve on them, ponder over them with your property consultant, because an investment done into the same project but not at the right point of time can definitely yield different results as well. But by and large, all areas in Dubai do yield similar sorts of result or similar appreciation. If you are looking at investing in Dubai, then in my humble opinion, hold the property until handover, because at this point, you will draw the maximum possible benefit from your investment. Contrary to the popular belief, where I have first-time investors approach me to buy property and flip it. Now, take a step back, sense the caution in the air. This strategy is amazing if you're doing wholesale or bulk real estate. For instance, buying 4 units, okay? So you buy 4 units, you hold them until 2 or 3 years. That is when you would have technically made 20 to 30% appreciation. And at that point, you have also paid 50%. Then you divest from 3 of those units. 1 unit automatically becomes free in lieu of the appreciation or the gains, that is 20 to 30% made on each of the 3 units that you have divested from. So this is a strategy executed amazingly with aplomb. Similarly, buying a single unit with an intent of flipping at times can take you in the negative. And at this point, I would also like to share with you something which I have seen with my own eyes. I mean, people invested in a fantastic project, Palm Jebel Ali, but with the intent of flipping. And now they are looking at divesting from that project, but they are incurring a negative. Why? Simply put, if you look at Palm Jebel Ali and you are looking at divesting, then you have 4% DLD and 2% commission for the buyer to contend with, which drives the cost of acquisition up and hence will dilute the profit or the appreciation margins for the buyer who is looking at buying this property. So this is an investment decision gone wrong. If you want to invest in Dubai, invest in line with the vision of the government, invest in upcoming economic zones, in young communities, as opposed to running for mature areas, hype projects. Stop scouring the market looking for a deal. Have the vision of the government as the cornerstone of your investment, because the government will do the infrastructure in the upcoming location and your property will flourish and appreciate as and when the area is becoming mature. Then the other important aspect that you need to consider is choose your developer wisely. Choose a developer who have a legacy, who have delivered a body of work. For instance, Emaar Properties, let's say 65% of the market cap, tantamounting to 70 billion dirhams, 26 billion dirhams of revenue and 5.2 billion dirhams of profit. Now, if you were to invest in a project, in an upcoming location, buy Emaar Properties, then this is an investment decision that will yield exponential appreciation and returns for you at the time of handover. Now, the duration of this video, we have seen that all areas in Dubai do appreciate in a similar pattern or in a similar manner, or they yield you the similar type of appreciation. Now, another thing that you can do in your quest for investment opportunities or properties that you are pursuing is by choosing the right property consultant in your quest for a property. Now, this can actually significantly tip the balance in your favor. Now, in order to make you understand this, I'm going to take you back in time. So rewind and let's go back to 2003. Imagine you're an investor coming to Dubai looking for an investment opportunity. 2003 is when Palm Jumeirah is launched, and you meet a property consultant. He tells you that, this is the biggest reclamation project mankind has ever undertaken. Water always reclaims whatever we build in it eventually. This is a long shot. God knows whether we'll be able to execute it or no. And he makes you invest elsewhere. Now, fast forward 20 years and come back to 2024. You will not be chuffed with that property consultant. Now, I do not want to be that property consultant who wants you to remember him for all the wrong reasons. I want you to remember me for all the right reasons. And this is why I am stressing this was simply a choice made wrongly, where by investing in Palm Jumeirah, you could have been wealthier by 24 million dirhams. Even in its rundown and dilapidated state, villas in Palm Jumeirah today will make you wealthier by the amount I mentioned. So, your choices are your half chances. So are everyone else's. To contend with or mull over an investment decision gone wrong does not leave a good taste in your mouth. So, be strategic, be smart. All areas in Dubai do appreciate or do give you similar kind of returns. Be smart, be evolved, and choose your property consultant who will take you through this journey wisely. And yes, I am available in case you have any queries, any doubts, or you have any questions regarding your property decisions. Then feel free to reach out to me. Download PropTube because it can be your guide in your investment decisions. This is Tarun saying sayonara.